Hi there, and a very warm welcome to JezzaTime. Thank you for joining me. Let's see what today's story is about. Betty Blue. Are you one of those people who likes taking their time over tasks? Or do you prefer rushing to finish them as quickly as possible? Betty likes to work slowly, but carefully. She hates making mistakes. Maybe you know somebody like her, or maybe you're a little like her yourself. Now, Betty is a magical colour elf, and she, along with all the other elves, live hidden away, far from humans, in her own secret corner of the world. The task of these remarkable people is to repaint the beautiful colours of the planet when they slowly start to fade. The Colour Elves enjoy their work, and it gives them huge pleasure to see the world restored again to its natural beauty. The elves possess special magical paint, and each elf uses just the one colour. Betty is particularly proud to belong to the blue family. Perhaps blue is your favourite colour. In the past, it used to be thought of as a boy's colour, but nowadays I'm glad to say anybody can have whatever colour they like as their favourite. Now just think about the colour blue. It's all around us, everywhere. I expect you can make a long list. The sky, the sea, flowers, wings of birds, fins of fish, that's just a few examples. And they all need repainting sooner or later. Thankfully, the elves undertake this important task. Now, elves go to school just like you do. However, their classrooms and lessons are quite different. Their schools are hidden far away, underground, or sometimes in trunks of trees, well out of the way of you and me. Elves don't learn to read or write or study maths. No, most of their time is spent painting. No pencils, paper, pens, books or laptops are used. Instead they work with feathers, petals, tiny twigs and animal hair. They learn how to make brushes, mix magical paint and practice the skill of painting. When they've reached the required standard, they are awarded their special certificate and badge, and they're allowed to paint on their own. As the elves grow older, they have advanced painting sessions and begin to attend other classes, some of which may totally amaze you. Here's a few: deep thinking, telepathy, invisibility, flying, swimming, nature and wildlife, music, and most important of all, rainbow secrets. Quite different from your lessons. Betty enjoys school, but the only problem is that she likes to take her time, and she becomes quite frustrated when the elders, that's teachers, encourage her to work faster. Indeed, sometimes they accuse her of being lazy and call her a slow coach. When she does try and speed up, she often makes mistakes, and that upsets her. As to whether she's actually lazy, I will let you decide for yourself after you have read her own special story. One of Betty's favourite tasks was repainting the beautiful bluebells that can be found in the secret corners of woods and forests. Every spring she enjoyed using her tiny brushes, making the flowers look fresh, shiny and new again, and bringing the faded, delicate petals back to life with her magical paint. She also loved repainting the mysterious coral reefs, especially the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. Betty was particularly happy to be either in the woods in springtime, painting the bluebells, or at other times of the year, working upon the wonderful coral reefs. There was no need to rush, and she was able to take her time and paint as slowly and carefully as she wished. However, one morning, Betty was given instructions that left her feeling hugely disappointed. She was told to repaint part of the sky. She wasn't at all happy about this. She thought painting the sky would be very boring indeed. She was also told to work as quickly as she could, because there was such a vast area that needed to be covered. But she had no choice. She had to do as she was told. So with a heavy heart she set about the task. Oh, the sky seemed to stretch on and on and on, further than the eye could see. Betty knew she'd been told to work quickly, but this wasn't to her liking, and she began painting in her slow, careful manner. But there was so much to do. As time went on, the slower Betty worked, the more frustrated she became. The sky seemed endless. Oh, how she missed painting the reefs and the flowers and the coral. Finally she stopped. "I'm not painting any more." And she threw down her paintbrush. "There's just too much to do. I'm fed up, I'm bored, and my arms are aching. Surely it won't matter if I don't finish it." But it did matter. Something awful began to occur as a result of Betty giving up. I wonder if you can guess what happened. Well, it was very worrying. The blue colour of the sky began to fade really quickly, and the brightness was replaced by a dullness. The blue grew fainter and fainter until eventually it completely disappeared. Betty gazed in horror at the portion of sky. What had she done? She was distraught and panic overcame her. Oh, she'd let everybody down because she'd stopped working and given up. Would the sky ever return to normal, or was the blue colour lost forever? I wonder if you have ever experienced a panic attack like this. If so, you know just how poor Betty felt. But she need not have feared, because suddenly something surprising happened. To her delight and astonishment, a group of other elves magically appeared. William White, Oliver Orange, Roy Red, Yasmin Yellow. You may have met these characters in previous stories before. They'd seen that Betty was in trouble, and like all good elves, had come to the rescue. Guess what they did? Well, first they encouraged Betty not to give up. They told her what a great job she'd done already and reassured her that the blue would reappear again once she began painting again. Then they helped her by painting some of the sky themselves. This is what they did. Roy, Oliver and Yasmin began painting a glorious sunset, while William painted a variety of fluffy white clouds. This meant that the sky was almost full and only a small amount of blue was needed. Soon the work was finished, and the elves gazed up proudly and admired their work. How beautiful the sky now looked. The bright blue colour was restored. The clouds and sunset were picturesque. Do you know what? We should all take time to gaze with wonder at the beauty of the sky, because no cloud formation or sunset is ever exactly the same. But sadly, many of us fail to look up and appreciate this beauty. Betty was so relieved and thankful, and although very tired, felt happy and proud that the task had been completed. She was so grateful to her friends for their help and encouragement. The other elves were happy too. They had that lovely warm glow you feel inside when you've done someone a good turn or given them a present. The joy of giving often outweighs that of receiving, as I'm sure you're finding as you grow older. So, now that you've heard her story, what's your opinion of Betty? Do you think she should have worked harder? Was it wrong of her to give up? Was she a lazy elf? I will leave you to decide. I'd love to hear your opinion. Finally, one very sad thought. is that every year Betty is finding there's less and less of these beautiful places and flowers and creatures and coral reefs to paint. The bluebells are sadly disappearing from the wood. Every year there's less and less of the coral reefs. It's up to you and I to make sure that these wonders of the world are here for the next generation to enjoy. Thank you very much for listening to the story today. I hope you enjoyed it. Until we meet again next time though, it's bye from me, Jezza. And remember, look after yourselves and your friends. Bye.